thing here is out. And actually, I was looking forward to this for quite a while. In general, this product interested me quite a bit. The only thing is I wanted that a little bit upgraded, right? Like the previous reMarkable, that's basically the third reMarkable, a e-ink, epaper reader and note-taking device. And so the first version, as so often also already nearly a decade ago, wasn't the most amazing. And somewhere, where was it? History, first generation, here 2014 and stuff, e-ink and so on, 2016 crowdfunding and so on. And so the first version wasn't the most praised, but the reMarkable 2 was really actually quite remarkable and quite nice. However, the first reMarkable, the second reMarkable only had a single core 1 GHz ARM A9 with half a gig of memory. Of course, for ebook and stuff, okay-ish, but the year 2000, 2001, 2000s, like, it's not like I was motivated to purchase such a CPU device, especially for the money. Because the problem is the price. It was like some 400 or so, I believe. And that is the problem, right? Now the reMarkable Pro is out. And in general, I would totally love this device, right? However, not at this price, right? So this is an upgrade, thinner, lighter, and now in color. Amazing, totally reMarkable. And the problem though really is, the previous I believe was $400. This one is $650. And that is, or euro, and that is way too freaking expensive, right? I would totally love such a device. However, it is quite limited, right? Like, what can you do with that? Ebook reading, like PDF standard, CPU, low-level programming stuff, right? Your favorite books, and note-taking. Yes, okay, note-taking is amazing. However, as per the company, you cannot really do much more with this device, right? Note-taking is nice. Now in color, of course, you see all the favorite preferred YouTube influencers chiming how amazing this device probably is. Spoiler, I didn't have my hands on it because it's too expensive for me. For 400, I would consider it, but even for 400 is still on the more expensive side, right? And for 400, so because what is the problem? The problem is for that 650 euro, dollar, whatever, you get a freaking iPad, right? Like, not that I'm the biggest iPad and Apple chillin' stuff, and I didn't even buy one for 10 years, but at least as limited as even the iPad is, right? With Wallet Garden, vendor login, just those apps and so on, you can't do that much, right? Like that, an entry-level, some entry-level iPad, even 349, that is a problem, right? Sure, reMarkable is a tiny startup-ish, crowd-funded initially, I mean, maybe not as tiny anymore company, but certainly not Apple or whatnot, right? And the other thing is, for that money, you get a freaking full laptop, right? Like here, 550, I mean, yeah, you get even cheaper stuff. Like I'm showing you the quality stuff, right? For this money, you get a quality laptop, especially for the price for the reMarkable Pro, and you can't really run Windows. I mean, you can't run Windows. You cannot really accept rooting and stuff. Yes, you could potentially somehow run. I mean, hey, it runs Linux, but it's not open, right? And the thing is, they even want you to spend more money, right? This comes with a basic marker pen. It's like, yeah, they upselling, right? They even had the more expensive pen selected for you. Then with some folios, like, yeah, of course you need to protect your precious device, right? So matching folio, another $9.99. Or if you want to go keyboard, which that is the thing, right? For me, it would be totally amazing, and I would totally kind of sort of love to have one. But as a power user, I would want to run a terminal. Yes, that is outside scope and stuff, but hey, a text editor is really, okay, yes, it has some text editor, right? But pro user, I would want to secure shell and stuff. Ironically, they even allow you to SSH. So basically the thing is, you don't really have other apps for this, right? You don't have snappy things, you don't have a snappy browser, you don't have video consumption. Like basically everything, even an overpriced iPad gives you for this money. And yes, that's a basic one, but hey, we're talking about basic one, right? Basically, even the expensive basic Apple iPad can do more for you. Yeah, so you would need to configure a pen for that if pen note taking is for you. But for 600 freaking bucks, you actually get a really expensive, where does the air start here? You get even expensive air, right? And that is already the premium, not even talking about other, like, yeah, 599, like, and that is a tough sell. Like, I would say it's basically an impossible sell unless you are a pure note-taking, writing and whatnot stuff. And then it's a rather limited, not as super integrated. Yes, some cloud service, yes, some app, but of course it is not as snappy, primary integrated, whatnot stuff, right? So for me, like, even for me, business owner, power user and stuff, I really was looking forward. Like, I was like every year, like, do they have a reMarkable 3? Do they have a reMarkable 3? What I was looking for was eyeing this. I was honestly eyeing this product, especially for my power use with terminal use and secure, like, hey, ebook, like nothing like secondary device here for secure shell terminal, email reading and stuff. And then taking it with me on the go, email reading, serial terminal, SSH. Terminal. But that, I don't know what these companies are thinking, right? Like, what are they seriously thinking? I was looking for an upgrade for $399, but I was like, I never imagined they could like double, triple of like, hey, do you want a color thing for 649s? Like, no. I wanted a CPU upgraded. Yes, color is nice. Of course I would take it, but like not at this freaking price, right? Especially not making this a full-blown, I mean, for this you get a full-blown laptop, which you can get, you can do orders of magnitudes more, right? Like full Windows, I wouldn't use it, full Linux, full Mac OS, everything, like from full email, full browsing, full gaming, full everything, and that's not it, right? And then I don't understand why those companies don't open this up more, right? Why do they, I mean, I give them credit for even allowing secure shell, right? That is more what most Android phone companies give you. So they have a developer mode. I mean, it's a little bit funny. So they say here in GPL compliance, access root shell is offered in compliance with GPL version 3 license. I don't think that is really true. I mean, I appreciate that they do this. My understanding is like GPL, they need to release the source code. It's not like nobody, so it's a little bit like this is the least of their concerns with GPL version 3 because spoiler alert, of course it runs Linux. So that's a little bit their source code and stuff, but okay, fair enough. I also take a root shell, but the thing is, it's still not an SDK. Sure, you can do your own stuff, but it's not an SDK. It's not a full app environment. Obviously, they don't run an X server. I think the last time I've seen this, they run this relatively straight on a frame buffer device. So yes, I could buy it and root shell my own serial console SSH client thing on there, but that is of course not an experience of integrated app switching stuff. Spoiler alert, other people have done that. So the last years there is an alternative OS, but that is of course, I mean, it's Linux based, but there is another community driven, and I'm not the only one, right? Like if other people already do a community driven thing, so there is Parabola RM replace Codex. So Codex is their internal Linux thing. And so that is link, I should have opened this, 2020, turns a reMarkable into a Linux, just disappear here, where is, so yeah, exactly what I would want, but not for like, I would fiddle around with this stuff for $399, but not for $649 plus keyboard. Like basically, if for my use case or any other profession, like basically in my opinion, this is silly, right? We have here a $899, it's like, are you freaking kidding me? You also don't see this. Are you freaking kidding me? $959 with pseudo discount. Like, hey, for $899, as much as I love eink and whatnot, this is just freaking way too expensive, right? For that money, you get a really, actually I should have it here. Like for that money, do you take an absolutely amazing ThinkPad and this is not an advertisement, I'm not paid to say this, it's just like, do you take a full-blown laptop, illustration purposes only, or do you take a device which you can read PDFs, you can add some notes and marks, and you can basically do like 1% of... I don't understand what these companies are thinking. Sure, stuff is expensive. I as a business owner and long-term Linux developer, I understand this. Developing software is expensive. But hey, they do this also for some 10-year plus minus give or take. And they had previous versions, software redevelopment, targeting, porting, adapting color and stuff and making it snappier. Should not be that expensive, sure. Developing a product, thinner, lighter, tooling, casing, sourcing quality components. Yes, I hear you, but it shouldn't be 948 minus discounts, 899. This is ridiculous. I would, in my opinion, they should have, and basically I think they will not sell this well. I only hope this company is not like this, like basically how to ruin a startup company with excessively overpriced niche product, because I don't think you find so many C-level executives and writers like who could use this to comfortably write a book to spend that much money on a one single purpose function device. But leave in the comments below. In my opinion, so this is extra, right? Like this is also, by the way, in my opinion, although you don't see this here the most, but you need to actively, like basically, this is, I also don't like that this website, when you click on purchase, in my opinion, this is really, like, for me, when a company tries to rip me off like this, I'm already very turned down from this, right? Because what they do here is they pre-select you, like they artificially increase the price even. And for such an expensive of a luxury product, I really don't like this. Because they pre-select, as far as I can see, and for me here, as you see here live, they pre-select for me the more expensive marker and the folio. So basically they try to extract 150 euro more of me, making this already 849. So basically you actively need to click, like I only want the basic marker and I don't want here, I don't want a freaking folio. If this would select, yeah, 649. All in all, this is really ridiculous. So they have a charging cable. Is it required by law? Because like I would rather, I don't need charging. I have enough USB-C cables. What would I expect? I would expect this device to cost $399 like the previous. Yes, inflation and stuff, but the previous device was already so expensive that I didn't buy it in 4 years. For $399, this would be a fair price in my opinion. It would still be relatively expensive on the high end in my opinion. You could of course still upsell a $50 marker, but also like basically in my opinion everything here is way too freaking expensive. This is quasi the Louis Vuitton, the Hermes of, yes, they want to be the Apple, but they are not yet the Apple. And even for an iPad, which I also don't like the most for being a consumer device, like even with an iPad, you're limited of what apps you can freely run of, very limited, not full computer, like everything in order of magnitude slower, more cumbersome and less easy to use and stuff. Even an iPad is cheaper, kinder, entry level even like this, right? Fair price, so continuing with the fair pricing, the book folio should be 50, which is still, I mean, maybe 59 or whatnot, like basically 50, but the bloody keyboard, like how can the bloody keyboard be, I need to position it so that you freaking see it. How can the keyboard, when you have a camera view there, how can the keyboard be 250? Like for 250, you get a luxury mechanical keyboard, a luxury. Like even this Philco Maes Touch 2 is 99 or so. Even my aluminium CNC'd aluminium Tech Yoda 2 is less than 200. And that is CNC'd aluminium, you all. with Cherry MX or other switches, and a freaking track point built in. Even Apple keyboards are, I hope Apple keyboards are, like, in my opinion, like this, at a maximum, this should be 150. So this would bring the price down to 450-ish, which is still, even in my opinion, like for 450, for my proposed reduced pricing, this would still be expensive, and even for that, I might not even purchase it. Like if it would be, if the keyboard would be 100, like 400 plus, I think I miscalculated this, right, 550, whatever I said. Like even at 500 for me, color, tablet, color, reMarkable, and $100 for the keyboard thing, making it 500, I would think about it. Because as I said, for that, you get a full freaking IdeaPad or other such laptops. And Amazon just these days came out with a first color Kindle, I believe it's first color Kindle. My understanding, so they have, of course, this is more consumer and less creator, but also Amazon might have dumping prices for cross-financing this with Amazon sales. But their color thing is, the prices were a little bit, as far as I understand this, the color soft, I think it should be this one, right, is $279. It's less, probably not pen and cross-finance and whatnot. The scribe is 400, so the scribe is probably not color. It's a little bit convoluted. So like basically Amazon has a bit of a reMarkable copy here or so, my impression. AI powered, of course, it's AI powered. Yes, that's of course dumping prices. I assume 400. Color 280. So yeah, that would be 400. What I would propose. Yes, it's tough market, tough competition, but they have chosen to work and create in this product category. So it's not like their idea is they want to sell this, and if they want to sell this, I would argue you can't redo much stuff, right? If at least, like, I mean, video consumption, at least snappy web browsing. And then at the end, they upgraded the CPU, but also not the most, right? So the CPU, where was the CPU? Here. It's now a 1.8 gigahertz quad-core Cortex A53. Huge memory upgrade though, half a gig to 2, so they upgraded it vastly, but in this day and age I really would appreciate a 64-bit CPU, especially for making more, especially at this price level. Like how can they, like a 8+ year-old CPU, yes, energy consumption and whatnot, but if you want to root that, if you run some other, like a mail app, a SSH app and stuff, and future-proofing this, for that premium money, they could really have chosen a 64-bit CPU. So all in all, it leaves a little bit to be desired, in my opinion. As much as I wanted to love that, I waited 4 years for that, but at this premium pricing, I'm out. It is what it is, right? And you don't hear this from many other influencers, right? Sure, there are always some critical reviews, maybe Ars Technica or somewhere, but all the other YouTube influencers, of course, like, hey, unboxing, hey, shiny and stuff, but like, yeah, but have you seen the price? Like, I don't know, you all. So we have quite some comments. So it's basically the video. I wanted to short this out, right? Trying to do a little bit more consumer-focused feedback here. The problem is, if I go through, Alex was about to buy this, okay, I hope I didn't spoil it for you. So in my opinion, I mean, maybe this comes, but maybe the prices come down. Like, as I said, for lower prices, it would be more reMarkable. However, the previous reMarkable too, they did not really ever decrease, like maybe for Black Friday a little bit, but not significantly. I would say they should have reduced the reMarkable 2 price as entry-level product and price is more reasonable. Maybe they have to do that because I have huge question marks how much this will say. Someone slide, probably need to recompile the camera first. What you say? Stream started at the moment. And personally think all the reMarkable products could be cheap. Yeah, let's just try to get here some community feedback. Don't understand the starting point of this thing. Software. All right. So last but not least, at this premium price, they should have really included some premium features for prosumer users, like shell, secure shell, and code editor. Like but that's basically with not having first-class third-party support, they lose the whole segment of power users, right? Who would love to run that for power user things. Yeah, comment there, they thought the PS5 Pro was expensive. Yeah, exactly. Like, yeah, you can get a freaking game console for that. And that is also the material cost. I understand a keyboard is expensive, but not this keyboard, right? And also, manufacturing a laptop is expensive, but not this tablet expensive, right? And you can get a full game console. Like you can even get a gaming, like for this price, you get an entry-level game console. Yeah, 50 euro for capacitive eraser, yeah. I mean, for this price, yeah, I mean, for this price, they could have really included the premium eraser, at least in the beginning or whatnot. Aren't e-bank screens dirt cheap? I don't think they're that dirt cheap, but it definitely should be cheaper. And yeah, you basically normal people and companies need to sell quite some stuff for. And that's the thing, right? As a company, do you buy this for yourself or your employees to keep some notes, to edit some PDF, to sign a contract? Of course not, right? Like you, very, very, very few people buy such a single function device for note. I mean, even for school, right? Because you can't even comfortably, instantly, snappily work and share and whatnot those files, right? Post-process and so on. Yeah, people agree. Because they're way too much, 400 euro max. That's already pushing it. Yeah, total. So users agree. Exactly my point. Exactly my impression. Been waiting for these eink one long time and interested, but still a gimmick. Yeah, it's a gimmick. Like even for me, it would be niche use case. Of course, I have laptops. Of course, I have a computer. So between a laptop, a tablet, and like how many different devices should we have, right? And so even for me, it would be a niche product that I would, and that's also why I have problems, why I had problems to shed out 400 for the previous device, 650 plus for this device, because even in the end, as a power user, I can't even secure shell and terminal emulator as much to daily use it even, right? Even with those power features unlocked and rooted. But shall I subscribe? Maybe if you shall like and subscribe enough, we could eventually at Black Friday or source one and root it T2 Linux when, right? Probably possible, but that's also the thing, right? Like spending that much money to reverse engineer eink control drivers, and like for that money, they better open source all the drivers so that you comfortably can compile your stuff. Are those analog monitors? Which one? The SGI is a digital. That's an open LDI. 900 bucks for this, 900 college blocks for this LOL. Yeah, that's also the thing, right? Why I still at times take, like pro tip, like even, I mean, which student, right? Like with this pricing, student apartments and stuff, like at that pricing, like even I take spoiler, like also so much faster, right? Like any, no syncing, you just open it. Also searching, right? Like searching, like, oh, there it was, right? But nonetheless, analog, maybe some things should simply not be digital, like note keeping and stuff. Hey there, what's the main purpose you'd use it for? Yeah, that is the thing, right? I would use it for some PDF reading, like IT manuals, processes, standards, making notes and stuff. And that is why I would use it so little that I would at least want a secure shell and serial terminal, right? At a minimum, like of course I would need to bring the USB-C serial adapter, but like this device would only make sense at a lower price and with additional prosumer features. But if you work at reMarkable and want to send one for review, I would appreciate this, or work together with the community. I'm happy to implement some prosumer secure shell serial console features for your device. So looking forward to any email and you to share, like, subscribe. I hope you just learned something as a shout out of like, it is reMarkable and amazing, but way too expensive. Have a good night or day, and I hope to see you soon for the next fun stuff to come.